Sayang yung oras. No? So basically, we already know that the search can be done using the like. No? The like, anong tawag dyan? The like is a phrase, no? Is a phrase. Nandito na pala si Amalingan, no? Before we proceed, nandyan na ba si Amalingan? Oh, wala pa. Sorry, no? Kasi may problema yun siya, eh. No? Wala pa si Amalingan. So the like, alam nyo na eh. Pero for the case of recording, for the sake of the others, we will do it again. Okay? So gumawa ako ng third version, okay? Of the and then okay. Gagawa rin tayo ng combo box. Do you follow? And then probably we'll do a print. Okay? So, kanya-kanyang style yan, no? FRM customers. Bakit wala akong customers? Wala pala akong customers. Up to pala ito. No, I'm sorry na wala akong customers. Saan yung backup ko? Problema, wala na akong backup. So anyway, I have another backup. No? I-erase ko lang. So, tanggalin ko muna itong dito. Okay? Tanggalin ko muna lahat. Okay. Let me remove my customers. Tanggalin ko muna para maano. Kasi instead na nagawa ko ng button, okay? Okay, so what I'd like our to look at our cards. Okay, Prado. Okay, nandito na si Prado. So basically, what we'd like to add a search, no? Okay, we'd like to add a search in our search, and then we'll do a print. No, so usually you'll have to add everything here, no? Do you follow? You have to add the functionalities for create, retrieve, update, delete, search. Meron na tayong create, no? We already have insert, and then we have retrieve, of course, when you open the form, no? Update, we now allow updating, and we now allow also deletion, no? Some of you used SQL command instead of stored proc. Now, Sean, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Usually, when you're developing applications, especially very large applications, you will adopt a thin client approach. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Most of your update and delete, those that will manipulate data, put them in a stored procedure. In fact, kung pwede yung mga select statement, ilagay mo sa stored procedure, so that your SQL type will be just command type will be procedure instead of SQL command. What's the advantage of using a stored procedure? You will separate your command, your SQL statements from your C# statements. Kasi in real life, no, applications are done through team development. Okay? Usually, no, in companies, team development yan, hindi lang mag-isa. Right? Because if you do it alone, it will take a long time, no? And it will be difficult to turn over codes if you do it alone. So it will be assigned to a team. Companies will assign it to a team. Okay? Do you follow? So ang maganda dyan, if your source code between SQL, between different languages will be in separate media. Ibig sabihin, yung source code mo sa SQL, nandun sa SQL. So that the application you are creating will be as thin as possible. Do you follow? Kasi kung marami kang select statements, marami kang update, marami kang delete doon sa yung application, it will make the application heavy. Do you follow? The client heavy. Ang ginagawa natin dito are clients, no? And as much as possible, client applications. We want our client applications to be light and thin. Okay? So we make use of stored procedures because the stored procedures will be executed in the server, not on the client. Do you follow? And the source code for the client will be cleaner because you only have one language on your wala kang SQL. SQL is in the stored proc and the C# is in the user interface. Do you follow? That's only a suggestion, okay? Because I have done so many projects before, no? Ang dami ko nang nagawang projects, and then especially in a team development effort, no? Kailangan talaga na separate yung, in fact, database administration from the creation of the user interface. Do you follow? No? Merong database programmer, meron ding C# programmer. Okay? Do you get my point? Okay? Everyone? So that's why I was using a stored procedure to illustrate the point that the complex, no? Even complex yung mga complex na select statements, like those with very long left joins, no? Shall we say you have one page, no, SQL statements, you do not like to put it in your C#. Do you follow? Kasi pag ilagay mo yun sa C#, let me show you a very long store procedure which I've done in one of my projects, no? Pag ilagay mo yun doon sa C#, di ang haba-haba ng code mo. Okay? Okay? So for example, there's a store procedure to generate a subsidiary ledger, no? Ito yun, no? Was student. So if I'm going to do this, take note, oh, select statements lang ito, but there's a lot of unions because it comes from different tables. If I'm going to do this in C#, imagine the complexity of the code. Do you follow? So ang ginawa ko, what will this store procedure do? It's a student subsidiary ledger. So complicated talaga yan. And then what it does is actually, okay, ganito ang gagawin niya. Okay? So you see, okay. Oh, yan lang ang gagawin niya. Did you see it? Do you follow? But in my program, I did not store this in C#, no, or in my front end, no. I created a store procedure to generate the select statement, and the select statement is very complicated. So if to avoid complexity, I did my query on a stored procedure. Do you follow? Imagine ilalagay mo to dun sa sa C#, itong ganito in a select statement. Do you follow? Do you get my point? No? Hindi pwede. So from the beginning, it's a good practice to store everything into the stored proc, no? Into a stored procedure. Kasi mag-complicate yun eh, di ba? Di follow? You may start with very simple statements and then they become complicated as the program is updated, no? Okay lang sa CRUDs. In the CRUDs, it's easy because you only have select star from customers. Do you follow? You don't have select from customers left join to this and left join to that. And then you have a union. Look at the joins. Okay? Oh, ang daming left joins. Tapos ang daming select. Okay, have you done a union? Everyone in SQL? Meron yan sa MySQL, no? Union and intersect. Okay? So I'd like you to practice, no? Efficient coding, because in the end, it will be too late when you say, I have to start from scratch again. Okay? Sometimes if you don't practice right coding, it may be better to start all over again. Okay? Do you follow? Okay. So now let's do our search. Okay, it's a simple select, so we don't have to put it in a store procedure, but it helps if we put it in a store procedure. So first, to do a select, we need a text box where the user can type. No, lipat natin ito dito. Change, no, and then to highlight this text box, no, we will change the is it lines or borders? I think it's border, no, the border, no, fixed single. Okay, so ganyan, fixed single is the best border. And then the auto size should be false, no? So that we can change the size, no? The auto size property should be false, so that we can change the size of this. Can we extend this, or maybe we just change the width? Change the width of this, no? We'll give it a name, of course, no? We'll call this txt search. Is this txt search? Tingnan na natin. Yeah, txt search. Okay. Yan si txt search. Okay, and then we'll give it a better width. The size. The width, oh, shall we say 200? Masyado maliit yung ano. Then extend siya. And then we'll put a button beside it. Okay. If you want the on change, no, pwede rin ganun, no. But sometimes, no, it helps. It depending on the user's preference, no. Usually merong search button. Okay. So this one will give it a ano, search, and then okay, we'll give it a name, btn search. Okay, we follow. And then we'll get an image. I have downloaded an image already from free icons also. Images, where's my search? Ano bang magandang search? Ito yata, no? Okay. And then my display style is image and text. Okay. So ganun. Do you follow? So every time you click search, no, it will start search, no, using the like. It will fire the like, no, the like, and then we'll add a button again, no? Add another button to cancel the, no. Okay. Refresh all para pwede nating ibalik. Okay. Which means that retrieve all again, no. Usually meron ganyan if you do no. Okay. Where's the, no? Pwede na yan walang ano. The style should be, the display style should be text. Okay. Pwede na yan walang image. Okay. Sa BT and print, i-ano rin natin pala, no? I-refresh natin. Okay. So this is the, the refresh, no? Refresh all, no? Let's look at that anyway, no? BT and refresh, what's the name? We'll be giving it the right name. Okay. And then we look for the, you can just, there's already, I already have that function. So if try to look at this, no? If you run this, then go to customers, refresh will just retrieve everything, no? And then what we'd like to do is, if you say search popcorn, actually ang like is case sensitive, and you click search, it will search for the, you follow, no? And then make sure you have that print button also, because we are going to print the contents later, no? That's one of the, that will be one of the performance assessments in the future, in the near future. Okay? So ngayon, paano natin isi-search? We just copy code from populate grid. Okay? Instead of, we'll write a new code called populate search. Okay? It's instead of populate search, we'll say populate grid. Okay? Kopyahin natin yung code ng populate grid. There's that. Ito na pala. Populate grid from search. Okay? You follow? Ito lang, just like Sean, no? We select the customers, and then, by the way, ang aking nilagyan ko na ng order by, okay? Because it's good that you order the, it will be easier for the user to search. Okay? Okay. And then our search string will be text search.txt %, order by customer name. Okay? So when that one is clicked, okay, what we'll do is what? Is to call this function, okay? Iko-call natin yung populate grid from search. Okay? This is the function, no? I'm going to upload this to our, okay, to our regular site. So, yeah. Okay, so ito na yung BT and search, no? So we'll say if txt search is not equal to this dot populate grid. Okay, they follow? No? Mas mga i-check natin para kung walang nakalagay, hindi na magano. And this, we have to, C# pala ito, no? So we have to, okay. Excuse me. Okay. So customer. So for example, you say pop. Okay. So isi-search niya. And then you can say refresh all. Ibabalik niya lahat. Do you follow? They listen. Okay? So I'll upload this, no? So meron na tayong, you can also use the on change of the, and then you can call the, okay? We can also do that actually, no? So dito sa, pwedeng ganun, no? If you like. Because anyway, the the like command, pwede rin tayo dito mag-call. But anyway, meron ng ganung example. Mostly merong mga search buttons, okay? So pwede ka rin dito mag-call ng okay? We arrange this alphabetically. So dito, no? O change. Or you can also even add it on key up or key down. Okay? They follow? Pwede din sa key up. Usually key up is the more popular dito nilalagay. Okay? They follow? Okay, so Dailisan, are you there?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to look at your your first personal assessment
Okay.
later after this. Dailisan and Matayabas are here. Dailisan and Matayabas. So anyway, ang problema dito, can we copy this? Yes, there must be a way. What I'd like to do is to create a table called units, and then the items table. Okay, because if you look at our dito, okay, if you look at our code, if you look at our table, it's in Dagger anyway, no? If you look at the items table, okay, there's a foreign key there, no? An ID unit, because we will have a unit of measure. Each item in any inventory will have a unit of measure. Like some items are in kilograms, some items are in meters, some items are in pieces. No? Do you follow? So you'll have to refer to the unit of measure of a given item. Okay, 1:1 yan, na? Okay. So before we do that, no, let's create the items table and we will create a CRUDs for it. Okay. So ito. We just copy this. Meron na ba tayong, wala pa tayong units, no? New query, and then we'll just add it here. Okay, so if you refresh our table, we'll just close it anyway, no? You now have a table units. We can even add values here na lang, no? So say we have pieces, kilograms, meters. What else do we have? Feet, dozen. Okay, nandyan. Okay, so these are the units of measure. And then let's create the items table. Ano sabi niya? Can't specify big int. Big int lang, walang 200. Okay. Okay. Kindly check, no? Dapat walang, ano, may syntax error dito. Big int. Okay. Now we have the ano, the items table. What we'd like to do is to create an CRUDs like this, but the unit of measure is is a combo box. Okay, do you follow? Do you get my point? Pwede ba tayo mag-add ng ano, no? Add existing item. Let me try if we can do that, no? Magulo na no? So hindi na lang, gagawa na lang tayo ng bago. Add Windows form. Okay. We call it FRM units. Sorry, nagkamali ang aking. Okay. And then we'll give it a name. It's text. So units of measure. Okay. Pwede na siguro muna yung ano. No? Pwede na yung kanyang maliit lang ito, no? And then we insert bindings toolbox. We are going to insert a binding now. Binding navigator. Okay. And then we are going to insert again a data grid view. Okay. Mamaya na yan. Okay. Basta nandito yung ating data grid view. Okay. Ano lang ha? Oh! Ano daw ni si Mojo? Mojo! Ingay! Oh, pasok lang sa dato. Moj! Uy! Okay. I'm sorry for the disturbance, no? So anyway, we'll just copy many of the code from our customers.cs, no? So onload, what we'll do in onload. Okay. Masyadong malaki yung ating ano, no? Itong ating width. Okay. Kaya natin ito. And then we'll put it here. What will be our initial position for the form? The position shall be center, no? Initial location, initial location, is that correct? Hirap itong hindi natin memorize, no? Border style is sizable. Anyway, there's a size anyway, no? Start position. We put it on the center. Okay. Okay, and then in our main form, okay, this is where's our main form. Dito na lang tayo. Okay. Ito yung customers, no? Kaya natin ito. And then okay. You need to measure this part. Pangit, no? Balik tayo doon, no? Kasi hindi ko pa pala nalagyan ng name. Okay? So, yeah, we have to be careful about this, no? So, kasi hindi ko pala nalagyan ng name, so meron na siyang ano. We'll have to remove this. Okay. And then we'll have to give this a name. It's still tool strip button, no? Ito, no? So you need to measure the VTN units, okay? We're always conscious about this kasi it will help us debug the program easier later, no? FRM units. Okay, FRM units. Dali lang, no? As long as we have our naming conventions correctly. And then we can just copy code. Okay, bakit hindi hindi pa natin natapos, no? Follow, I will hide the two buttons. Hindi pa natin kasi natapos. Okay. Hide natin ito. Kailangan natin later. Okay. So we will have our populate grid. We copy it from here. So what's the name anyway, no? So lagyan muna natin ng ano. Lagyan muna natin ng contents yung ating our grid. Okay. ID unit and name unit. Dalawa lang naman ID unit and name unit. Okay. Ito. We call this txt ID unit. Okay. This is not visible. Okay. And then we will have txt name unit. Okay. We'll have it as visible. Okay. So, hindi pala natin kailangang malaki. Okay. So the width, the data property name is name unit. I'm looking at I'm borrowing this from the field name, okay? Name unit, and then this one, the data property name is ID unit. And then this one will have the width. Laki natin ng width to 300. Okay. Hindi ko na lang muna lalagyan ng search, no? Kaya nang bahala nung maglagay ng search. Anyway, this is just a temporary table. It's a go-between table. So, ano lang, this is just for adding and editing. Okay. Let's run this. If my question is, does it adapt my ano? Okay lang, no? Can we center the heading? Pwede bang i-center yan? Do we have a certain, ano? Okay. Hindi natin pala pwede ma-center, no? I have a different platform where you can center the heading. Para nasa center siya. Wala tayong heading center. Meron tayong header text, but we don't have header alignment. Sana merong header alignment para maganda tingnan. Okay? Wala talaga. Okay. So, wala tayong magawa, no? Okay, and then we'll just copy code from populate grid. So nav units na ito. BTN nav customers. Binding source. Okay, bakit na ganun? Okay. So we just copy this. BN nav customers. Now we'll not call it BN nav customers, but we'll call it BN nav units. Sana BN nav na lang, no? But this time we'll just call this as BN nav. So, para di na tayo we'll not always have to rename. Okay. Okay. You follow? Binding navigator. Okay. And then we'll go to our ito na. Kaya natin yung populate grid. Anong nangyari? Dapat kaya natin yung buo. PNAV na lang ito. And then our data grid view, DG units, sana DGC na lang, no? Anyway, we'll name it DG units. Okay. And then kasi itong ating form, we have made a mistake here. Lagyan natin form load, which we'll remove it first. Okay. DG units. Okay. Select ID units. ID unit pa? ID unit. Name unit. From units. Order by name unit. Okay. No problem, no? Wala tayong ano. And then we'll go back to the customers, the load. Okay na ito, wala na tayong problema dito. And then populate grid, how about our load? Okay. We'll just copy this. It's the same. Okay, so we'll go to this and then look at the load. Okay, can we already run this? may error. Yes. Okay. So populate rate nag-error tayo, most probably we didn't have the right using. Okay, kasi wala tayong using nito. Okay, so we'll just put it here. Using lang. Okay. So meron na tayong units of measure and it's arranged alphabetically. Okay? Wag na lang ako maglagay ng search, no? Saka ano, maybe we can have the add, edit, and delete. Saka na lang, no? Do you follow? You know how to do this already, right? What I'd like to do is the units, okay? Do you follow? Or rather the items, no? Here's our set items, no? Wala pa tayong items. Let's refresh this. Wala pa tayo. And meron na tayong items, no? So ito, we'll have ID item, name item, ID unit, price item, cost item. Ito yung ating ano, ito yung ating problema, yung ID unit. It refers to the unit of measure being assigned to the particular item. Okay? So meron na tayong ganyan. So gagawa na naman tayo ng new form. Add new item. Form na lang. Okay. Is it already Windows form? Windows form na. Okay, we'll call it FRM items. Okay. FRM items. FRM items ba? Yes. Okay. And then, usual process, kayo na munang bahala ng ano. No? I-resign, i-close ko muna to. Masyadong, ano, wala na tayong space. Okay. So, ano, ikukopyahan lang naman natin yun sa, ang items kukopyahan din natin sa customers. Okay. Okay. We go to the toolbox. we put a binding navigator. Then we put a data grid view. Ito kailangan malaki na ito, no? Kailangan malaki na ito. So we'll just have to copy the code for our customers. BG items. Okay. And then if we go, where's our items? We just double click this anyway. And then BG items. Naming is important, no? Ay kulang pa tayo, no? We have to in our main. It's here, no? What's the name of this? Have you assigned this a name? Yes, so we can now have this. Kopyahan lang naman natin sa dito. Let's try to work this out. So they listen and then be prepared with your code, no? Because I'm going to take a look. Matayabas and Prado. Yan. Okay, we'll have to center this. Isi-center natin ito. I hope there's a way, no, where you can just copy everything and rename. In another platform, that's possible. Kaya mo lang lahat. Pwede ko kopyahin yung customers, ilagay ko sa items, i-rename ko into items, and then I'll just rename everything, no? So, madaling-madali. I don't know how to do that here. But there must be a way, no? Because if you look at our code, our folder, okay? If you look at our folder, meron siya, oh. You can search FRM customers. Pwede natin kopyahin. But I'm not sure how accurately can we do that, no? And then we'll copy again. Ito. And then the populate grid. Hindi ko pa pala nalagyan ng grid ng ano. Okay, so now it's time to put an add column. Okay. Pwede bang ganito? Is there a way to Mali. Galing ko muna, no? Sorry, I made a mistake. All right, so I have to go here and then add columns. Okay, the first column is ID item. ID item ba? Let's look at the ID item. Okay, and then you'll have name item, ID unit, price item, cost item. Okay. TXT ID item. Dapat ganun yung name natin, no? Okay. Then we'll hide it anyway. We add another column. TXT name item. And then we'll have here as item name description. Okay. Okay. And then the unit of measure. Ito ngayon yung unit of measure. How do we add the unit of measure? CBX combo box, no? CBX unit. Okay. And then unit of measure. Okay. We'll choose data grid view combo box column, no? So pwedeng link column, pwedeng text box column, no? Button pwede ka maglagay, no? Okay. And then we'll add another column. TXT price. Pwede mo itong no? Pwede mo itong ma-format, no? Just look at the properties, no? I'll just arrange this. No? Okay, palakihan lang natin. The width, no? Ito gawin natin 300. Okay na ba? Unit of measure. Pwede na siguro yan. Ano na lang ang price. I think 100 is too small. Gawin natin 150. Okay. Ganyan. Okay. That's how it looks. Now what we'd like to do here is to have a unit of measure here. No? So by the way, we did not assign the data source. Okay. So data property is from the field name ID item. The data source here is name item. This is price item. And this is cost item. Okay. Ngayon itong CBX, okay? Now the database, the data property name is ID unit, right? Pero meron pa siyang ibang properties, okay? Kasi combo box ito eh, no? Max drop down items 8 is okay. Drop down with that may be okay, no? And then data source items. Okay. Okay. Now let me check my code, no? My code dito sa ano, no? How to set up a combo box. Okay. Okay. So kailangan mo i-set up yung sa combo box. Okay. You have to set up the display member, the value member. Okay. The value member is actually the foreign key, and the display member is the name of the unit of measure. Okay. And data table is the you just create this, no? Okay, to fill up the adapter. Okay? So dito natin isi-set kung ano yung value member, ano yung display member, because later when we are going to change, no? Do you follow? We are going to recall, no? We are not going to save it right away, but we will get first, no? The combo box string. Okay? Do you follow? Okay? Okay. The actual string, the unit. Okay? Ito ang re-retrieve niya will be ang i-retrieve ng combo box will be the assigned value member. Okay? Do you follow? Do you get my point? So we'll just copy this, okay? Ang populate grid, meron na pala dito. Okay, so we'll just copy this, populate grid. We include the populate CBX. So isa lang natin pag-copy, no? Okay. It's in the nandito siya. Now, how about the load? So pag load, i-call din natin ito. Just copy this. So everything is there for you, no? What it does is first it populates the unit combo box and then it populates the grid later, no? So there's an error. There's a red squiggly, but we don't have to. No, sorry, mali. Sa form load ito. Okay, there's a red squiggly because we don't have that using. No? MySQL ha. Instead na system.data, MySQL.data. Okay. Anyway, wala na tayong red squiggly. And then we'll just put it there first in our main design, okay? Kaya lang natin ito. Meron na pala tayong items, no? O, bakit wala? It's an exception, no? Nasa onload, populate grid, okay? Populate grid, okay. May error tayo sa populate grid kasi kinopya lang natin. Select ID unit, name unit. Select ID item. Name item pala ito. Okay? Mali, no? Because I've changed my, ayan na. Do you follow? The good thing about this, yan, no? Did you follow? No? Ang combo box. Okay? Hindi pa tayo tapos because, bakit ganito yung, bakit combo box ito? Let us, dapat text box lang, no? Mali yung dalawang, okay? Mali yung dalawang columns. Okay? Nag-combo box ito din yung, yung dalawa. This is, column type, this should be TXT. This should be a text box. Okay. This should also be another text box. There's a way to format, no? To format this. Do I have it in my, nandito na ba sa aking kodigo? Dito sa, na-format na ba ito? Kaya nang bahala mag-format ng ha? Mag-format nung float. All numeric values, float, you format it. Okay. Let's run this. Okay. Ayan. So, ano na siya, no? Do you follow? Ayan na. Okay. And then we'll put up the functionality to add, edit. Okay. Stored procedure. First, the stored procedure. Kopyahin lang naman natin. Nagkamali lang ako, no? This should be a description item. Rename ko na lang kaya, no? Sige lang, name item na nandun no? Okay. Wala nang time mag-change. Okay? So name item na lang yan. Ano i-change this na lang muna? Mas maganda yung description, no? Okay. So in our source code, We'll have to change this. Mas maganda. From items. Order by. Mas maganda yung order by, no? Ayan. Okay, so wala tayong problema so far, no? Did we rename this correctly? Description item. Okay. Then we'll go back to our SQL because we are going to do the add edit. Okay. Dali lang naman yan, no? Okay. So first we are going to modify. We are going to copy it here, no? Kopyahin na lang natin ito. Okay. So we will have ID item, description item, then ID unit. Okay. Procedure name is, ano ba yung una natin? Customer add edit will have item add edit. Okay. And our parameters will be instead of ID customer, we'll have ID item. And then we'll have description item. Okay. Then we'll have ID unit, the unit of measure, ID unit, and then this is a big int. Mas maganda yung big int. That's anyway, pareho lang. So that we'll have no scalability problems. And then what's the float? I think it's float, no? Price item. Float ba? And yeah, that's correct, no? Then we have cost. Okay. Kaya natin dito, no? Anyway, they're probably the same. So ID item. Zero. Description item. ID unit. What do we have? Price item. Cost item. The formatting of the floats will have to be done in the code, no? Hindi pwedeng properties lang, okay? Name item, description item. Unit. And then this will be price item. I hope you distinguish, no? The difference between in my SQL server, no? between the variable with an at and the variable without an at. The variable with an at is a memory variable. No? Update item set. Set. Description item. Let's copy this. We have ID unit. Comma. Need a comma. We will have a cost item. Okay. Where ID item. Where ID item. Okay. Tama na ba? Can we run this? Walang error, no? Do you follow? And then we'll also add the procedure for a new procedure for item delete. Okay. So meron na tayong item add edit. Kung ito na lang ang gagamitan, i-modify natin. No, there's a technique to do that. No? Pwede natin gawin ganito. Create procedure. I'll just change the date, no? Pwedeng mano-manohon, no? Mas madali kaysa maggawa ng bago. Okay. ID item. Delete from DBO items. Okay. Your ID. Okay. Follow. So execute. Okay. So, pero pag execute niyan ulit, ayaw na niya, but you have to change this back to alter. Okay. So, okay na siya, no? We now have custom item add edit and we have custom item delete. So, we are now ready to go back. So, ito yung sinasabi ko na iba yung gumagawa ng there's in a team, no? Certain people are doing the database management and other people are doing the interface. So, in fact, ang ating functionality will always be there regardless whether the interface being created is a Windows application, a web page, do you follow? Or what? Cell phone app, no? So pareho lang din, no? Okay, do you follow? So walang pakialam yung mga ano sa kung anong ginagamit, okay? First, populate grid. So we will have we'll do the search later, no? Gusto kong i-ano yung ano. Cell value change. Okay? Kopyahin natin ito. So anyway, it's already there, no? Nandito pala sa ano sa Dagger, no? Okay. Cell value change of DG items. Okay? Kopyahin natin ito. So this is the one that's being inserted. The main difference is we are going to get the unit from the combo box string, no? DG row CBX unit. Okay. Value to string. The value is the value member that is assigned here. Do you follow? ID unit kasi galing ito sa ano sa table na units. And the unit ID, the value member is ID unit. And the display member is the name unit. So ang i-display niya yung it will display the name of the unit, but will return, okay, the primary key of the unit, which is ID unit. So kukopyahin natin ito, no? Do you follow? This is for changing. Kung may error, then we have to okay. Cell value change of the DG items, okay? So, and then we look for cell value change. I hope you don't have any. No. Meron ba tayong squigglies? We have red squigglies. We don't have. Okay, we can write this already. If you don't have. And siguro kung magkamali-mali man tayo, doon lang sa sa mga field names, okay? So we say screwdriver. Error siya. Anong sabi? Anong sabi? Ito. TXT description item. Mali yung ating TXT description item. Okay. Di siya, nag-error sa dito. Most probably mali yung ating name, okay? Because we have TXT description item, okay? Mali yung ating name. Okay. What's the name of this? I-assign nating name. So description item, no? By the way, pagdating sa C#, case sensitive. Sa SQL, hindi case sensitive. Screwdriver. May error tayo. Where is this? This is a cell value change. Okay, ano nga, skip niya. Nag-error siya dito. Kasi yung ating store procedure, 3 lang. Do you follow? Tanggalin muna natin for the moment yung, tanggalin muna natin yung iba. Kaya na lang siguro magdagdag ng okay? Tanggalin muna natin itong dalawa. Just test this first. Kaya na magdagdag ng dalawang columns. So we have to change our store procedure. Kasi yung ating store procedure yung add edit natin mali. Item add edit. Okay? Tanggalin muna natin itong dalawa. Okay? Do we have that in our database already? How do we comment this? No, the dash. Execute. So we have to alter. Okay. So let's try to do this again, to run this again. Peace. Okay. Can we close that? Oh, na dalawa na pala kasi nagdagdag tayo kanina ng ano eh. Maglagay tayo ng delete. Pero wala pa tayong delete ha. Dalawa na sila kasi okay. So we'll have to put the delete. Saan nga natin ilagay ang delete? User deleting row. Okay, so we have the copy here. I think we have the copy in our here, no? User deleting row. Kaya na lang natin ito. Okay. And then we'll go to our Visual Studio. So we'll look at the user deleting row. So, and this is customers pala. We have to go to this. We will alphabetize this. User deleting row. Okay, kaya natin ito. So sometimes when there are errors, you don't have panic, no? Sa mga naming lang yun. No. Diba? Sobra na naman ito. Probably sobra. Okay. Wala nang error. Okay. So ayan, let's delete this. Bakit hindi hindi siya nagtanong? Ayan, na-delete pero bakit hindi siya nagtanong? Diba? Friends. Dalawang na-add. Bakit dalawang na-add? Dapat we should have a set na kung open na yung form, dapat form dialog, show dialog, no? We'll do it, no? Instead of just show. It will limit the opening of the form to just one instance. Anong ang didagdag natin dito? So say both. Mails. Common mails. Mails. CWN. Common mails. Ganun tawag. By kilograms. Okay. Let's close this. Hello, bakit dalawang beses ang dagdag? Let's find out why, no? Baka doon sa ating stored procedure. Okay, baka dito sa ating stored procedure, there's something wrong with our stored procedure, no? Dalawang beses siyang tumawag. Not sure why, no? Advertise natin. Cell value change. Dalawang beses siya nag-call. Lagyan natin ito so that we'll have a default value of 1. Okay. Anyway, I'll check this out, no? Bakit dalawang beses, no? Basta the important part here is the combo box because we are also going to use this later, okay? Gagamitin rin natin ito later. Because we are going to make an ordering form. Sino nandyan? We are going to make an ordering form. So you can change this to, for example, kilograms. Okay, let's try to do that. Dapat mag-kilograms yung ano. Para kilograms ito lang dalawa. Okay. Feet. Feet na siya, okay? Do you follow? So may error lang yung aking ano. I'll have to spend time, you know, checking it. Amalingan. Mabuti nandito na siya amalingan. Okay? So any questions so far? Any questions so far? Everyone? So ito na combo box. How to embed a combo box? You can embed other things like check boxes, no? Kung boolean, you can embed buttons, no? Do you follow? In fact, we'd like to, if we have time, we'll show a lookup button later in ordering, no? May button tayo dito na pag mag-lookup ka, lalabas yung possible choices because sometimes there can be several, ano, ito nagdoble, oh. Do you follow? This should be, baka di yung aking ano, no? KG. Baka yung aking, hindi man yung update ko kasi okay man siya. Sa pag-insert lang, may error yung insert. 2 items were inserted. Okay. Do you follow? Okay, we'll check that out. No? So anyway, so the code is already there, no? Nandun na pa rin yung ano, yung combo box nandun sa Dagler. So you can just take a look. Okay? So in the second assessment and on the third assessment, I'd like you to complete all of this, no? Do you follow? And there should be a search. Okay tayo. Dapat merong search. Merong search, merong refresh all, merong print. Okay? That will be the third performance assessment. Okay? Because in the fourth performance assessment, we'll do some master detail. The deadline of the final grades, the deadline of final grades is April 23. So we can still have the whole of March to finish a whole inventory program for each one of you, no? Do you follow? Do you follow? So meron tayong ordering, receiving, selling, customer sales, okay, ordering, receiving, returns, no, customer returns and supplier returns. Do you follow? No, it should be complete. Dapat merong add, edit, delete, and there should be searching. Okay. So we still have time, no? I'd like to look at your code. Sean Wayne Gabule has already showed his code, and it's very good, no? Ang ganda ng kanyang
Ay,
code.
sir.
Ha?
Kanang na-fix na ko tong sulti nimo sir nga gilimpyo na akong code. Basig
Okay, okay.
pwede pa ba makari?
Just pass again, okay? I-extend
Okay.
ko. I-extend ko, no? So
Sige,
as a
sir.
student, it's good that you practice clean coding, no? Pangit yung careless yung coding. Kasi you will develop it, no? You will develop a habit. Coding is a habit to develop, no? Dapat from the start, malinis ka ng code, no? And you will suffer, no? Especially if you are going to debug the program later in the future and you will have a very dirty code. So, ang hirap mag-debug, no? Mas mahirap pa mag-debug kaysa mag-create ng bagong program. Do you follow? Amalingan, are you there?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you show me your code? Di ba may problema ka?
Yes, sir.
Stop share ko. Stop share ko muna, no? And then you share. Okay. Can you show me that, ano? What are you using? SQL Server or MySQL? Sige daw, saan siya mag-error? Can you run that? Saan siya mag-error? Meron, nag-call ka na ba? Login form, is that a login form? Kasi walang laman yung mga procedures mo, yung mga form load, yung button click. Others
Ay.
are,
Sige, sir. Ako sir yung usapon, sir.
ang gusto ko makita yung pag-connect. Kasi yung reklamo mo hindi mag-connect yung DB, ano, di ba? ID demo user.
Ay, kailangan pala siya i-connect, sir.
Oh, di ka maka-connect, di ka maka-SQL kung di ka mag-connect.
Okay, sir.
Have you seen my my code?
Wait lang, sir.
Sa
Pinadaot.
login. Sa login.
Yes, sir. Ako pang gitanaw, sir. Gitanaw naman ako, sir. Tanaw na ako, sir.
So, kung ang problema mo is mag-connect, most probably it's either in your server name, okay, or your password. Can you look at can you open your Management Studio?
Hanapin ko muna, sir.
Kasi baka mali yung server name mo, mali yung username, and then maybe the password.
Sir. Ako sana yung ano, sir.
Are you sure we can manage?
Sir.
Sigurado ka? Kasi next week pa tayo magano.
Kung ako, sir.
Basta mag-work lagi na. Okay? Kasi nag-work man sa akin. So you check your server name, you check your database name, your username, and your password. Baka maliit lang yung konti lang yung baka konti lang yung problema diyan.
Sige,
Okay.
sir. Sige.
So gumagamit ka na ba ng global pag-connect para mas ma-embed mo doon yung there you can embed there the connection string. Okay? So the database name, the user ID, and the password. Okay? Dapat I don't think the user ID is case sensitive, but the password is. Okay. Okay, so anyway, Dailisan, Are you
Yes,
there?
sir. Can
Can
Yes,
you
sir.
show me your code?
Yes, sir. Makita, sir, ang
Yes,
screen.
yes.
Sige,
Dahil kay
i-run.
itipat ko muna yung aking ano. Kasi may problema na sige daw, okay?
Nag-run siya, sir.
Sige daw, can you try login?
Yan ang admin, sir.
Okay.
Ayan, sir.
And then can you exit? Di, yeah, yeah. Sige daw, pag-open daw yung customers. Wala lang.
Ay.
Yeah, you just exit.
Exit.
Gusto ko
Login.
makita sa task manager. Kana
Ay,
exit,
task
exit na.
manager.
Kung ma-exit ba siya?
Ay, okay, sir.
Sige, exit mo daw dyan. No, ganyan, di pa pwede. Sige daw, log out. Sige, yes. Exit. Can you exit?
Ayan, sir.
Can you look at the task manager?
Ay, hindi siya maglabas pa doon, sir. Wait lang.
Mas
May
okay kung hindi
i-exit
maglabas.
Sa, ano bang good siya, sir? Sa Visual Studio lang siya. May i-exit
Walang
mo dito, sir.
problema. Wala may problema. Matanggal man siya. Just look at the task manager.
Ay.
Nag-stop naman, di ba?
Wala na, sir.
Wala. Sige. I-run mo daw. I-run mo daw sa Visual Studio. Okay, then look at the task manager.
Ay, ayun.
Yung Windows Form app, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Dapat pag-exit mo, matanggal din talaga siya, di ba?
Okay.
That's what I want
Exit.
to. Meron ka na
Okay
bang
na,
just log in, log out. Wala pa yung PA at number 2.
Na-start ko na, sir, pero
Next
kulang-kulang pa
meeting,
siya.
I'll start checking. Bakit dalawa yan?
Anong dalawa, sir?
Bakit dalawa yung username, password, login, exit? Tapos may username, password na naman.
Ay, isa lang yun, sir.
Sige daw.
Sa likod lang yun.
Nasa likod lang. Okay. Can you run the exe file? The exe file daw?
Yes, sir. Ay.
Okay. Bakit dalawa yan? I-minimize mo
likod
daw
lang
ang
yan,
Visual
sir.
Studio. I-minimize mo yung Visual Studio. Okay, so ganun ang labas. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Tanggalin mo na yun, no? Yung issue
Okay.
message mo yun.
Okay.
Dapat ilagay mo yung user ID dyan sa main.
Okay.
Para malaman ng user who the user is, di ba?
Okay, sir.
Did you use globals? Meron na bang globals?
Wala akong naka-global, sir.
So, it's important to use globals kasi doon mo ilalagay yung mga di ba? Common variables that can be accessed by all forms.
Yes, sir.
Static. No?
Mm.
You can name it any way you like, no? Some people are name it as environment kasi yung mga environment variables like the connection string, no? Environment variables doon mo ilalagay.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Ang PA2, sir, ngayon mo din i-check, sir.
Next time na lang.
Next time.
Next
Kulang-kulang ang aking.
So, okay, ang nakasubmit pa lang is Dailisan and then I'm going to check them again na lang, no? Next meeting everyone, no? Nag-i-extend ko yung PA1.
Okay.
By the way, i-extend ko, no? Ang
Ay,
naka-check
sa PA2, sir, kailangan din yung drop-down box sa items, sir.
Sa PA3 na.
Okay.
Sa PA3, kompleto na lahat, pati search and print.
Okay.
Okay. Si Prado, nandiyan pa ba si Prado? Is Prado there? Is Prado there? Wala na. The next meeting, I'm going to check, no? Everything. Kasi I don't, mahirap mag-run pa isa-isa. Okay?
Sir,
Yes, sino yan?
si Wayne po, sir.
Yes, Wayne.
Unsa gani usab ay unsa gani kailangan sa 3 sir? PA3.
Hindi ko pa yan, wala pa akong deadline sinet ha. Wala pa. Kasi PA2, I want you to finish PA2 first, no? More or less, ang gagawin sa PA3 is the completion of all the CRADs for customers, vendors, units, and items. Okay? Pero yung unit, yung inventory items, meron ng combo box. Do you follow? Sean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Tapos meron ding search. Okay? Then merong print. Pero print buttons lang muna, okay? Kasi yung sa PA3 na yung print. Yeah, really, no? PA3 pala, I'm sorry, I'm confused, no? Dapat kompleto na, ma-print na siya. Okay? Ma-search in PA3 and then may combo box. Because in PA4, we are going to develop an ordering system. Okay? So parang ganito na siya, no? Bakit ayaw magano? Let me check that out, no? Baka dito sa ano. Baka naka-show dialog. Ayaw niya magano, no? Maybe this is show dialog. Ayaw niya dalawa. Okay. We find out why, no? Parang show dialog ang effect niya. Okay. So sa PA3, I'd like you to do everything, no? For each. Where you have a search, a print, full functionality, okay? Full functionality for customers, vendors, unit of measures, inventory, items, and even users if you like, no? Para pwede ang admin pwede maka-change password, maka-change ng properties of the users. Now, the admin property can be a checkbox, okay, in the users table. Okay? Do you follow? Okay, everyone? No, ito hindi ko pag-kompleto pero for in your case it must be complete. Anyway, next meeting we will discuss printing, okay? Printing of reports. Have you done that already? Anyway, Sean, others, do you know how to print reports already?
Yung pina-PDF, sir.
O wala naman tayo ko Andre, wala na tayo ano yung report generator na sikat. We are going to use RDLC, no? Kasi wala na tayo nung hindi na ma-install yung report generators in C#. The popular ano, visual crystal reports, no? Crystal reports are hindi ko alam kasi tumiwalag na yung ano eh. Dati crystal reports are packaged with Visual Studio. Nowadays, no? Visual Studio does not have visual reports, crystal reports. No? So we are going to use the crystal report by Microsoft, which is RDLC, report design. I don't know what L is. No? So it's a report designer by Microsoft. No? It's a simpler report designer, but it will do for our purpose. No? Okay. Any questions? Okay. The search, I will upload the code, no? Anyway, take care. Parang hindi ko pa yata na-upload. Okay. So, I hope you are done with your PA1. PA1 is so simple, no? Login lang naman. Do you follow? Login, log out lang. PA2 is CRUDs. And PA3 is complete. Okay. So, meron ng search and print.
Sir,
Yes.
yung sa PA2, sir, sa tables lang siya, sir. Tapos ma-insert, delete.
Yes.
Okay.
Insert, delete lang muna. Basta sa PA3, nandun na yung search and print.
Okay.
Okay? Search and print, and then, nakalagay na ba? May search na ba sa PA? Ano? Wala naman yata sa rubrics, di ba?
Ay, may search na kalagay din, sir.
Kasali na yun doon, okay?
Ah,
Di
okay.
follow? Okay. It's like lang naman, okay? Have you seen my code for that?
Wala po, sir.
Sa ganito lang naman no? Sa customers. Okay. So I'll upload this, no? I-upload ko na lang, no? Ito. So I have a populate grid from search, and then I'm going to have a like, no? Like doon sa aking sa aking select, and then I will append the txt search. Okay? Kasi nandito yung txt search ito. You follow, and then Sian has a different way to do that, no? Sa on key app yata niya nilagay so that everything you type will just change, no?
I-change ko to na ako, sir? Or
Ayun na.
pwede?
It's
Sige, sir.
sa style ng programmer yan but it's okay that you have your own style, okay? Kasi sa mga web pages kasi may mga search buttons talaga. It's up to you, no? Okay? So it's good that you will have your own style, no? Okay? Do you follow? So I'm going to upload this. Anyway, upload ko na lang, okay? Nigler, para di ko malimutan. Anyway, we have time. Okay, din mag-paste. Mali pa ito, no? Okay na to. Okay na rin to. We'll just change later. Nandito na pala. Nag-save na siya. Okay? So, nandun na yung no? Customer grad suite search. Ito. Do you follow? So, nandito yung search from grid. Meron lang naman siyang this search text. Okay, that text. Now, it comes from the navigation bar. No? Meron kasi tayong navigation bar dito. Nav. Ito. What's that? Dito kinilagay yung search text. Mas okay kung naka-arrange lahat yung mga buttons sa taas. They're put in just one place, no? You can put it at the bottom if you like. You can have a panel there. No? Okay? So next meeting, we will discuss printing, no? And then, if you have time, I think we will have time, no? We will discuss master detail, ordering, so that we can also have printing, no? You will have time to do a big project, no? A big project for inventory. So you'll have at least 2 weeks, no? 2 weeks to write the application, and you will defend it, no? Individually, I'm going to check the final project. We'll have no formative assessments here, no? Performance assessments lang lahat, program lang lahat, okay? Do you follow? Everyone? No? Programs lang tayo lahat. Okay? So, which gives us enough time, no? Kung merong extra time, we will discuss the same concepts, no? Creating CRUDs in the classic ASP.NET. Web page tayo, no? Web-based. Okay? You follow? But you will have a different course for, you have a course for web development this semester, wala? Anyone? New curriculum for BSIT, di ba? 2019 ba kayo? Are you batch 2019? Second grade, this is your second year. So meron kayong web technologies ngayon? Everyone? Last semester? Meron kayong web system technologies? Ano kayang gi-take up dito? Dito na tayo no? So you have this, IT elective 1, you have this, you have 3, ano? Heavy pala kayo ngayon? Statistics. Okay? So make sure you have done at least PA1 by next meeting. I will introduce PA3 next meeting, okay? So any questions? Okay. So if you have no questions, we will end our session. No? Limutan ko play share. Okay. So bye everyone. No? Thanks for
Okay,
coming.
sir. Thank you, sir.
So next
Thank you,
meeting,
sir.
mag-chat na ako, ano? Okay, thanks.